Okay, here I am. I had a good week. I'm doing my vlog. I'm at Vi's place with Kevin. Kevin is recording me too. And anyway, okay, I have three kind of exciting things. Oh, first, do you like the hat? I think it's my lucky hat because I met someone and she's. I'm not going to talk too much about her because I don't know. Maybe she was watching this, but I think she's really cool. We had some great conversations about some really good books and music, and it was really cool, and I hope I hang out with her. But she's kind of young. And the really good news is I have a job interview next week with the Human Rights Campaign, which, if you're not familiar with that, that is they're the kind of the biggest LGBT lobbying group. And right now, because in 29 states you can be fired if you are perceived as gay or lesbian, and in pretty much I think all 50 states you can be fired for being transgender. So there, there's a law that they're trying to get through Congress, and that is trying to make that type of practice illegal. So I would be working with people, or I would be trying to get people to donate, and I would be canvassing, which canvassing is kind of the front shit job when you get into like trans activism, but I would much rather be doing something like that to get. I mean, that's more of what I want in my career than cooking in a restaurant. I'm sorry. Um, so that's Monday. Please wish me luck on that, everybody. That would be awesome. Um, and I finally did hear something back from my family. I heard back from my uncle on Facebook. I came out, it was like 3 months ago, to my extended family, and no one's responded. Like I was expecting either, oh, we really disapprove of this. Why aren't you happy with your body that God gave you? This is a horrible thing. Or, oh, we're supportive, or we don't get it, but we still love you. But I haven't gotten anything. So I did get a response from my uncle, and he doesn't understand it, but at least I have an ally, so that's a good thing. My whole family hasn't disowned me. And I guess sometime in the near future, I will have to I'll have to start thinking about coming out to my dad's side of the family, which I'm not looking forward to that either. But if I get a job with the Human Rights Campaign, then I decided I'll be the most visible tranny I can possibly be. And because, well, this is not something that can be just kind of not talked about or you pushed away. Like, yeah, when I'm not there, like, so kind of like I didn't have the option of not coming out. Like, you don't really change your sex and not come out of the closet. But so those are the three things. Vi told me that I should talk about hormones. Um, and you know what? And actually, I was especially with my conversation with my uncle today over Facebook. I kind of did want to talk about hormones a little bit, and I did want to talk about like mannerisms because, um, well, my mannerisms are very natural for me, and like when I was a guy, like everything I did, like for me to act really masculine, I had everything was very deliberate. Like everything I said was very deliberate. I thought everything I said, I thought went through the thought of now what would a guy think, or how would a guy phrase this, or if I were to walk across a room, and this sounds ridiculous, but this is absolutely the truth. Like if I had to walk from point A to point B, especially if it was a room with like people in it, or well, I mean, if I was alone, I wouldn't worry. But if there's a room with like people in it, like if I had to walk across the room, like it was very planned. I would think about it, like really plan how I was going to walk, like little things. And like I think like my uncle, he was talking because he's gay, and he was talking about how it got to be really difficult to keep changing the pronouns, but like it's and you know, and I think like it wasn't wasn't even so much hiding. It was so. It's like I did come across as I pulled off masculine really well. I'm a much better actor than actors than people would ever give. Like I couldn't act at all as a guy because it took so much effort. And how would Nathan walk across a room, or how would Nathan eat something? And I mean, it was like simple shit like that. And and it just got to be too much because I just had like when you're living your life third person where you're like scripting everything you do, like you just can't do that. So my mannerisms are really these mannerisms, which I watch myself and I know my mannerisms come across as really feminine. These are really my own mannerisms. It's not something, it's just something that kind of, it just kind of happened. The more I realized that I didn't need to fake anything, that no one was going to call me, once, no one was going to, being a male to female, no one was going to, it was not a bad thing to come across as female. Once I learned that, like, the mannerisms just came. And the voice, the voice, I know my voice is really deep, but apparently my voice doesn't get me clocked. And even when I meet people, like, sometimes it's like when I am trying to pass, I don't pass, and when I'm not trying to pass, I do. Which I guess that makes really sense. When I'm not trying to pass, like I'm just being tranny Natalie, and no one even knows I'm a tranny. And when I'm wearing, and to be honest, like the more I think about it, I'm kind of getting to the point where I really just don't care if I pass or not. And I mean, I want to look good. Like, look how beautiful I look in this hat. But kind of getting to the point where I just don't care if I pass or not. It's not the biggest deal. I want to get, and honestly, anyone who would care or judge me on this part of who I am, because I am not ever going to go stealth or hide this part of me. I just don't want to do that because there are stuff that I did that I'm really proud of, and I'm proud of my past, and that's part of who I am. Um, but but that's like, yeah. Actually, I want to talk. I go into the lesbian bar in Richmond Tuesday, mostly Wednesdays, but I have been going in on Tuesdays recently, and Tuesdays is what I call tranny night. All the trannies sit at a table, and I guess apparently people there know I'm trans, but I guess I'm not really considered I'm not considered one of the trannies because there's been this trend recently. Now I got to talk about this one girl. She came in the first time, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I am very sympathetic to trannies looking bad. She had the cheapest blonde wig I've ever seen. It had to have been, like a Barbie doll wig from Walmart that cost her like $5. And she came in and she like masculine attitude is to own the place and to think that people owe you something. And so she had that real attitude like people owed her something. And then she ordered a beer, and she got a glass with a straw because she wanted to be dainty and sip her beer out of a straw. And at that point, like her appearance was kind of hard not to laugh at, but at that point, I almost lost it. But then like because the trannies always talk about me. They're always like, oh, she is not sitting with us. She's not socializing with us. And it's more that I don't want to be part of a clique. But, like, she stared at me for 45 minutes, and I know it was like, I could see, like, there's some, God, I hope she doesn't watch it. There's some, like, jealousy or something, and I just kind of want people to know these mannerisms, this is who I am. Like, and like I think what people don't understand about being trans, it's not that I'm a man who is becoming a woman. It's like sex change is kind of misnomer like that. It's like I really do believe I am a woman with a hormone imbalance from birth, and I am correcting that. And anyway, that is my 10 minutes, so I am going to stop. Hopefully, I can do this time. Look at me staring